Hello everyone, it has been a while. I want to do a recording to summarize the Intel launch coming up and the AMD 6700 XT. Before I get into that, I want to respond to some comments that have me very annoyed. I don't know why people feel the need to do this, but they have been commenting that I've been plagiarizing. That is so not true. Whenever I reference something or discuss something, I will give credit to the person that I am referencing or commenting upon. You will notice this in the description or in the Google documents. If for some weird reason that I forget to do so, all you have to do is ask, can you provide the source? You don't have to go and accuse me of plagiarizing, because that's going to be a much worse way of approaching me than just simply asking for the source. If I see that, then that tells me that I had forgotten something. I'm only human. I can't remember everything, okay? To drive this home, I want to go ahead and go over the definition of plagiarization. Here you go. Here's the definition of plagiarization according to Merriam-Webster. Look at the final sentence there. It says, without crediting the source, which I do. So I am definitely not plagiarizing, and in the future, all you have to do is ask. I'm a very chill person to a degree, and I will respond to questions or comments as long as you're civil. If you're not civil and you go right to accusations, then obviously I'm not going to respond to you and your comment's going to get deleted. So, with that, let me tab over here. I will leave GamersNexus up just so you're aware that that's what I'm referencing, so we don't have any more of this confusion going on. Okay? Okay, so according to GamersNexus, Intel is going to be launching 11th Gen at the end of March. There's not much information to go on besides this chart. There, obviously, once it gets closer to release or at release, we'll have some benchmarks, but for right now, this is all we have to go on. With that said, Intel's been a niche product up to this point. They are only good for gaming. AMD Ryzen is much better because it handles a wide variety of things, including gaming and coding, multitasking, and many things that Intel just can't touch right now. So I would hope that 11th Gen changes that, because it would be nice to have more options in the CPU market. Right now, there's really not any options because Intel's just been doing so bad. But I'll give them a chance and see where it goes with 11th Gen. However, even if they do manage to fix this to a certain degree, we do have an issue here. If you'll notice on the chart, the 11th Gen is only going up to 8 cores, 16 threads. JayzTwoCents and a couple of others have done tests or benchmarks regarding streaming, and it has been determined that an 8-core processor really is all you need for streaming and gaming, but there are certain people who aren't as tech savvy as JayzTwoCents, GamersNexus, myself, or many others, so they're not going to know how to truly optimize their system to make that actually happen well. So in those scenarios, they'll go to 12 cores, which is fine. At the end of the day, it's their computer, their personal preference. If they want to go to 12 cores, then fine. It's not going to really do much harm other than maybe hurt your performance with gaming. But, if that's what's got to be done, that's what's got to be done. Okay? So 11th Gen is not going to have 12 cores in there, meaning that this is not going to be an option for streamers to a certain degree, if they are that type of person. So once again, it looks like to me that they're going to be a niche product. Again, we'll wait and see and give them a chance. Okay, with the Intel summary and thoughts over, now let me move into the AMD 6700 XT. So as a summary, between JayzTwoCents video and a couple others, the AMD 6700 XT is not a cut-down die. It is its own thing. It is a very weird specification because the AMD 6700 XT is a 192-bit bus in comparison to the 256-bit bus of the 5700 XT, which it was supposed to replace. The clocks are also very different when you compare the 6700 XT to the 5700 XT. So there's that going on. Another big difference is the 12 gigabytes of VRAM on the 6700 XT. JayzTwoCents did a video on this, and I think a couple other people did as well. Or wait, was it JayzTwoCents? I'd have to double check. Well, anyways, there were some tests done to see how much VRAM you actually need. It was shown that even at 1440p, only certain titles started encroaching on 10 gigabytes, but for the most part, the game stuck to 8 gigs. So I would say, just to be kind of safe and at least give yourself some room, you know, down the road, I would say 12 gigs is probably a really good place for 1440p and 8 gigs for 1080p. I would say that that would probably be the best way to think about it, because, like I said, it's not just a matter of will it be enough. It's a matter of, will you have the room, you know, years down the line once you've installed this video card. So, you know, I think having 8 gigs is probably fine right now for 1080p, and 1440p is 12 gigs. That's just my personal take on it based on the tests and benchmarks that I've seen. So that's kind of my thoughts on this. Now, the problem is, though, is that the 6700 XT has a performance either on par with the 3070 or in between the 3060 Ti and 3070. That's a problem because it has the VRAM to do 1440p, but not the performance in certain titles. In certain titles, it was only scoring 70 frames per second, which is bad for a video card that's supposed to be $480 USD MSRP. $480 USD for a brand new video card that's only pulling 70 FPS on 1440p is just bad. I don't know what AMD was doing with this one, and I completely agree with GamersNexus, JayzTwoCents, and many others that this is just so weird. So yeah, that's all I can say on the 6700 XT. Before I end this recording, I want to just deviate a little bit and talk about scalping. I'm sure I'm not the only one that's really tired of all this scalping going on. It's a shortage right now, and you know, there are people who legitimately need upgrades, and they can't get one because greed. Another source of my aggravation towards this is knowing Micro Center. Micro Center has had a lot of these video cards available for sale, and people would line up for hours on end just to try and get one of these video cards. And then sure enough, you look on eBay or one of the other places shortly after these lines are done, and those video cards are showing up on the market. Waiting in line in cold temperatures for hours on end just to not get one and then find somebody had scalped it on eBay, screw you. You are the worst kind of person. Well, one of the worst kinds of persons on this planet. Because, you know, those are people that need it. Those are people that have waited hours to try and get it, and you've taken away that chance from them. In my opinion, scalping should be illegal. This should not happen. Even if we were not in a shortage, scalping just should not happen. It's fine to sell used video cards, but selling brand new video cards at a marked up price, screw that. That should be illegal, and those people should be punished. That's my take on it, and I really hope that lawmakers around the world do their best to correct this issue for this shortage and possibly whatever shortage happens next. But that's all I have for today. Thanks for listening.